Hey, what's good with y'all, man? This your boy Henny Demore over here at HTM Sports. Just wanted to tap in and give y'all this breaking news. So, offensive tackle Lane Johnson, a former four-time Pro Bowler for the Eagles, has been lost for the remainder of the regular season with an abdominal tear. So that is a huge blow to the Eagles' offensive line. They have one of the best offensive lines in football, and to lose a guy like Lane Johnson from there, who has playoff experience, was on their Super Bowl winning team, that's a big blow for the Eagles going forward. And that is exactly why all these games matter. Because if the Eagles had won this game, they could be resting the rest of their starters. They wouldn't open up the rest of their starters for injury. They would have 3 weeks to get ready for the playoffs because they would already have the bye. They would get a first round bye, and then they could rest their players the final 2 weeks of the regular season. Give these guys plenty of time to heal up, recuperate, rehab, and be back for the postseason to try and make a run. But because the Cowboys won, there's no time to rest starters. They have to win at least one of these two games to clinch the first round bye. So that's a huge blow to them, especially on top of the fact that they lost Avonte Maddox as well, who was their starting slot corner. He left that game with a severe toe injury. He is also done for the rest of the season. So man, things like this, I hate to see players get injured, no matter what franchise they play for, no matter what jersey they put on. I hope nothing but good health and a speedy recovery for both of these gentlemen. But things like this open the door for the Dallas Cowboys to steal the division because these injuries hinder their offense. Maybe they don't have the protection they need for Jalen Hurts if he's forced to come back and try and play. Jalen Hurts already a little banged up. Their defense, you saw that their defense was not the same without Avonte Maddox out there. CeeDee Lamb destroyed their replacement slot corner. So you like things like this, it raised the question, can they beat these two teams? Because they both have something to play for. New Orleans, yes, they're 6-9, but they just went on the road and they beat Cleveland. They're still alive in their division. They still can clinch their division and get the 4 seed in the NFC. So New Orleans, they don't even have their first round pick. The Eagles have it. They have no reason to tank. There is no reason for New Orleans Saints to try to tank. They will be trying to win their division. So they're going to play. They're going to try everything in their power to win that game against the Eagles. Not saying that they will, even with these injury news. They're not a very good team. They have injuries of their own, but it opens the door. Then if they don't beat New Orleans, they go to the Giants, who are a more capable team. They're a very well coached team. Brian Dabble should be coach of the year, for what he has done. You can make an argument for Nick Sirianni getting a team to 13-2. But with the lack of personnel that the Giants have, and for them to be in the thick of the playoff hunt, to be over 500 with no expectations coming to the season, that is a well coached team. They have good defensive players, and he's calling plays to the strengths of his offensive players. So and I get it. They beat the brakes off them when they played earlier, but these are division games. It's always hard to sweep your division opponents. So like these scenarios come into play. Like there is still an outside chance that the Cowboys can win this division. I'm not saying it's likely, but injuries like this do open the door. So just to keep an eye on this stuff going forward. What other injuries will happen to the Eagles? How do they handle losing their best tackle? How do they handle losing their best slot corner? How do they handle the injury to Jalen Hurts if he has to come back and play injured? So we'll see how this stuff affects them down the line. But they need at least one of these two games. They will still be playing. They will still be playing starters, and they will still be opening themselves up for further injuries if they cannot clinch. So we'll see what happens. I wish nothing but a speedy recovery for these guys. But anything that helps the Cowboys' eyes of coming out on top, just got to take it as it comes. Injuries part of the game. We're down 2 starting corners. We're down a starting middle linebacker. We're down our right tackle. We're down a defensive tackle. So injuries are part of the game. How you maneuver through these situations is going to show you who the teams really are. So we'll find out. But hey, this is Henny Demore just tapping in. Y'all have a good one.